Hello, check. So I have to be on it like this? Ça va, mec? C'est lié, mec. Ouais, ça va, mec? C'est lié, mec. C'est lié? You know what that is? It's what Nico from Arrow always says. C'est lié, mec. But I don't know what he's saying.
Ah, salut mec.
Salut mec.
Salut, mec.
Hi guy.
Hi guy.
Hi, guy. Salut, mec.
Yeah, salut mec.
My music I would define as kind of experimental pop music. The experimental side of it is in the way that I record it. I play all the instruments. I usually start with drums and with no click track or anything. I just sing the melody in my head, and I hardly ever have the arrangement finished and sorted out before I start recording the drums, because my whole thing is I'm very impatient. So I start recording the song before I have it finished. And so half of the way that the song ends up being produced is an experiment. And sometimes I'll record songs like 2 or 3 or 4 times before I have the right version. I always liked to play all the instruments. I did that when I was a little kid. I remember like bouncing from cassette deck to cassette deck, and that's how in the very beginning I learned to multi-track, and then I got a 4-track, one of those cassette 4-tracks, and I just always liked trying to make something sound like a band. I didn't want it to sound like one guy, like I think a lot of records that one person do sound like, so I always tried to assume a different character, whatever instrument I was playing. If I was the drummer, I was kind of a careless, freak, which most drummers are. And if I was a bass player, I was, kind of hungover and late, like most bass players. And the guitar player was brooding in the corner, and the singer didn't like anybody. And this is my band experience. It's really fun for me to make records by myself, and I don't do it to show that I can or anything like that. It's not an ego thing. It's just because it's easier, it's quicker for me to do it that way, and in some ways it's more fun. I was listening to like rock and roll that was on the radio when I was a kid, and I was also studying classical piano. So I had this kind of tug of war inside me. Part of me really wanted to rock, and the other part of me was doing very well with piano. And then my sister had Elvis Costello, This Year's Model, and like some Squeeze and Police and stuff like that, and Blondie. And at first I didn't really connect with that music because the guitars weren't prominent enough. They weren't like rock enough for my little rock brain. And I remember one day she was playing Elvis Costello, and I just clicked that this is absolutely speaking to me. I have a website that's designed, I paid for it, and it's not up yet because I'm so lazy, but there is a website for me which is, it's called A Page from Under the Floorboards, and if you just put in my, there's so many phones, if you just punch in my name, there's like 3 websites. None of them are actually mine, but the Page from Under the Floorboard one is really good. And so, hello web freaks, I'm one of you.